Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hunting bad for enough new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watts' body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. So like I said, there is a lot of story to this. In the back. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial grade antiseptic. Dresden. I like that name. Oh yeah, this is another thing about like the cursor in this game. Like, you'll notice sometimes I'll click on someone, like here, and I'll actually move to the spot behind them or next to them. It's really annoying. For some reason the detection's not great if you're not next to them, but if you're next to them then it's perfect. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job, a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some arsehole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? Hear about Sam Watts. His grin fades. What makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip. I followed it right here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens? So who told you he was dead? Sam's digital ghost. So do I want to sound like I'm... do I want to sound like I am getting a check, or do I want to sound like I want to catch the killer? Catch the killer. Dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. Zoom in a bit. Why the hell not? He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. City Ripper. Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. Prior to the Ripper taking... Watts' liver was cleanly cut out. Huh. What about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. Dresden, get out here. McCluskey. Why do I get the... That sounds like beat cop name. Like, severely beat cop. There's no other occupation this guy could have with a name like that. Towering over the diminutive coroner as a homicide detective right out of the central casting. Thank you. It's not like I haven't played this game before. If you ignore the tusks and pointed ears and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. So, this new Ripper Vic Watts. Name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? Alright. So you insisted at the time. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Oh god. This guy's a clumsy cop, I can tell. I can feel it. Again, not surprising with a name like that. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. Of course it is. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. Lone Star Detective finally notices you, despite the fact that I'm standing in front of the dwarf. You note his superhuman powers of observation. This game has a nice bit of humor to it. I like it. Who the hell are you? I'm the nobody who didn't hear anything. I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? You the detective on the case? That's right, and if you ever do hear something, I'll knock it right out of your head. God forbid I find any evidence or anything like that. He looks back at the dwarf. Through me, apparently. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Yes, because no police work is better than hurried police work. Remember that, kids. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties, too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. Really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there for me when I needed him. A job's a job. This one pays better than most. Well, shoot. I'm gonna bring this killer to justice. At least street justice. Well, yeah. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. Like we couldn't tell. He can convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new... I keep wanting to say Nguyen now. Nguyen a week in his paycheck. Plus he's on the take. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? Alright. So here we go through all the Fallout style, like, conversations where I find out everything I need to know. Although, I must admit, this game is a lot less, a lot more subtle about what it tells you, because it hints actually very early on what's going on. And it's kind of what I like about this. Later in the game, it straight out tells you, even if you haven't, like, figured it out yourself. But very subtly throughout, like, the game, it hints at what's going on. It's really interesting. On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. So that's just another, like, hint at, like, the technologically advanced kind of environment this is in. Basically, people have cyber augments and synthetic hearts and whatnot. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky, though, and they don't care where the body parts come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in the first years of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimmer chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Just need to worry one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Oh, and I got a couple of karma for that. Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around these body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? I'm sorry, what? Alrighty then. Excuse me while I, steal some items. Basic med kit. Because I get the feeling I'm going to need them. So, what I immediately saw in that bit of combat already was that I have severely reduced chance to hit. I feel like that's probably the biggest change this game's had. Hang on a second. No. Sorry. Thought my computer was about to have a crash. Or something close to it. But yeah, what I noticed was that, like, there's a severely lower chance to hit in that combat. So that's probably going to be the harder part. It didn't seem like anyone was doing extra damage or anything like that. It all seemed kind of similar, but... yeah. Alright. Cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Okay. Open the drawer. Cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Almost alive. Whoa, easy there. Jake Armitage. He was hiding in... okay. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. Oh, and a data jack is, from what I remember, because I didn't use this stuff when I initially played, but I'm pretty sure a data jack is required to access the Matrix. And also to use some weapons which have some advantages if you have a data jack. So, apparently, I think it's like that thing. Maybe, I don't know. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this one on. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? Coroner thinks you can help me out. Sam, eh? Glad someone cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Anyways, always in trouble over something or other. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level, working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. Thought you could be able to help. You could help him out. Maybe even stop moving around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alrighty. Alright then. The name's Jake, and you are... call me Alexi. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end. Text. Hanging out at the Seamstresses Union. Miss Kubota asked me to throw Sam out. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. Oh, good. So Sam was attacked by gangers then? He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now, what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat court bounty on my head. Okay. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Halloweeners? That is a really unfortunate gang name. Like, the Halloween gang sounds pretty cool. But when a person of that gang is referred to as a Halloweener, I don't know. You'd think people would kind of think ahead with that stuff. Gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though. Oh, great. That's the last I saw of him, till he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. Don't know anything about his death. I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glass. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there. Those slagging gangers hadn't come along. The leader's got the whole gang searching for the Barrens. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. And maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while you're at it. Oh, that's good, because I definitely bloody need them. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Great, I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with the Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. But this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. Wait, what? Got a rifle. You don't like library? Oh, come on! They really make it. Like when I first played this, I picked a pistol because I was going for mage with like a pistol backup. They really made a JFK joke with that. It's like the year what is it? The year 25 something. Wow. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Yeah, let's go. Halloweeners. Leave whenever you're ready. Cool. Alright. Actually, you know what? Whoa. I forgot my mouse isn't exactly bound to the screen, but if I move it outside onto the right side of my monitor, it just keeps scrolling. So, we're actually going to look at Sam's body. Because there is a lot of, like, kind of investigative stuff in this where, like, if you look at, like, specific items and stuff like that, you can do more stuff with them than it would appear. So, Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, his face in ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small, pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Huh. So... that's weird. I guess, yeah, exactly, they knew what they were looking for. So it was premeditated. It's not a random thing. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. Well, that was something Jake was talking about. But something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. The cred stick. Standard cheap unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it in. I'm taking that. 300 new yen. And it even has the yen symbol there, so new yen. 300 bucks. Awesome. Look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and blood is thoroughly soaked through it. The bag sloshes it a bit in your hand. Ugh. Handwritten note. Sam, I feel terrible that we argue. We have been long to say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Jessica. Alright, well, we've got a name of someone. That ought to help a bit. Out into the Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. My voice is still a bit gravelly. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. Alrighty then. Does the bus stop here? No clue. Looking for a date? Elves are my favourite. What have we got here? Ah, perfect. Open the safe. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. One wonders why he has a perfect match for a shaman who uses a rifle, but I'm not going to judge. Take the gear. 2 elemental fetishes, a basic med kit. Hand over the loot bozos. This guy is going to take a pot shot at me, you bastard. They're both hitting me. Alright, Jake, let's see what you can do. Looks like you're part mage. Flamethrower. Awesome. Well, I'm immediately going to heal myself because somehow I feel like it's not going to be good otherwise. 12 damage. Long range, but I'm horrible with it. I still have the eagle totem, and I've got a bunch of stuff, so... Well, I guess that was a 50-50 chance, so... It's fine, but point-blank range... Come on, Alexi. There you go. And I need to move on up. Because my stats are horrible. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, at least Jake is... Yeah, Fallen Atronak, there's gonna... Well! Oh my god! I was about to say Fallen Atronak, that's probably one of the very first misses we'll also have. This is also one of the very first random crits we'll ever have, because, let me tell you, when I was playing this game at first... Yeah, no, it's just... Like, I was completely distracted, looking at chat, suddenly I turn over, I hear an explosion, screen goes red. Oh, great, I just got one hit KO'd. Welcome to Very Hard. Eat a grenade. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, holy grenade damage, I mean, God. That was awful. Okay, maybe if I'm... Okay, take 2. We've already had our first death. And yeah, that's the thing, because, like, if you get hit by a crit, especially early on, it packs a hell of a punch. Like, it's unbelievable. Even on, like, normal difficulty that I played this on first. This is why I play all games on the easiest difficulty. I actually did a run-through of this on normal, but now I'm like, no. We're gonna go very... See, I'm almost dead again. Oh my god. Don't I have... Wait, did he kill Jake as well? Because this should have activated. This is basically a Phoenix Down, except it... Oh, actually, no. I don't think in Shadowrun Returns that activates automatically. I think that only activates in Dragonfall. Because when I was playing Dragonfall, it got both of you, or it might have. Oh god, this is fucking awful. Well, I'm just gonna go straight up. We're gonna summon an air elemental. Like, screw this. Lightning damage. Eat it. Oh, this is starting off great. Oh my lord. Okay, new plan. Not going anywhere near. So I just hit him for 12. Yeah, the misses are real. Get ready for misses, because I'm not going to have very accurate weapons at the beginning of the game, so... This is going to be tough. Okay, 1's down. That's fine. I don't want this thing turning on me, so I'm going to keep the AP relatively low. Lightning bolt again. Come on. Oh! You got wrecked. So, welcome to the Barrens. Yes, yeah, that's pretty goddamn appropriate. Welcome to the Barrens. Fuck you.